Morning, 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 everyone. All right. Welcome back to another morning stream. You guys are new to any Coffee with Vince streams. My name's Vince. We drink coffee. And we just chill and play with some relaxing games. We pretty much choose what games we deem relaxing on the channel. And, we kind of just chill out in the mornings, talk about whatever we would like to talk about that's super relaxing and, non-stressful or anything like that. For instance, Laura plans on making a wonderful, possibly, either a coffee cake or it's going to be like a pound cake. And, it's going to have some type of, it's like, actual berry and coffee and all that, I think, maybe. But it's like, good God, something to look forward to. Something to look forward to, finally. I've had nothing to look forward to for a while. I mean, there's games coming out and there's movies coming out, but I'm like in the movie scene of things, I haven't really been excited for any movies. So the next step is there food to be excited about? Of course there is. A week or two passes, you get to go to one of your favorite places, and you're like, hell yeah, brother! I get to enjoy some good ass food. So that's like one of the things. But yeah, welcome back, and I think, if I'm correct, it's been over 24 hours now since Way of the Hunter has officially released. Apparently, though, the PC version ain't doing so hot. Apparently, they don't have FOV sliders. It looks like dog shit on PC. It was like one thing. First things first, guys. I think some of the same type of problems happen in games like Way of the Hunter and things like that. Also, is there? Oh, making sure there's not deer down there. But yeah. I mean, same shit happened when it came to those games, and a lot of people are kind of forgetting that this game's technically an indie game. I mean, the developers, if anything, they're not a giant team. I don't think they have a giant amount of experience when it comes to making games either. They probably, I think some of them, if any, have a couple, maybe a game or two under their belt, but it's not really saying much in this industry. Like, I think if in this industry, if you want to become like a veteran, video game developer, you gotta have to have like a, it's kind of like Pokemon. You gotta collect them all. You gotta make as many games as you need. Even if some of them have to be incredibly crappy. Speaking of video game developers, there are some developers I haven't heard from in forever. I was kind of thinking to myself, you know what? There's a developer, very popular. Well, not say necessarily the most popular, but definitely a popular developer in the past. Co-creator / creator of Gears of War. Developed on many games like Unreal Tournament and stuff like that. He even worked on Bugsy. That one guy called Cliff Basinski. What the hell has he been up to lately? He's definitely not making games anymore, so what exactly is he doing these days? So I kind of looked him up, and at least under his profile, he has it to where he actually, I think he produces a show now. Oh, well, shit. I didn't know I was that close to other pheasants. Well, fuck me. Oh, there's deer there. I think. Is that deer? Oh, those are deer. They're mule deer, but they're gonna have to count. They're gonna have to count for something. Let's see, what's this deer looking like? What's this fool looking like? Going up in our britches. Our riches. Oh, there's 2 deer. Let's see, he's turning around. There's 1 laying down. I hope he doesn't stop like right there. And of course he does. Alright, we need to cull this herd a little bit. Make it more... Let's see. Female's going that way. She's not spooked, right? I don't think she... No, she's calm. Make sure I didn't spook her. Alright, so one of these males should do. They're 1 stars and they won't hurt the, let's see, 150 or so. Alright, so once they stop moving, I can start shooting. So you don't want to start shooting if they can't keep on moving. You understand? He's laying down now. What the fuck? Got him. Right, blood spatter's gonna be there. Give it time to like die too. The one thing I noticed that this game does simulate, if you do fatally wound an animal, it will try and find a place to just lay down and die. And if you get too close to that animal, if it's not dead, it will try and run further off to kind of find a peaceful place to die. And so this game simulates that. So if you get too close to the dying animal, it will run off again. So it's kind of best to kind of wait like a minute or 2 and then start going for the, animal. It tends to be the best course of action. It's like, okay, now we can actually start looking for the deer we shot. The pheasants. Yeah. I think in this game, they definitely reward you for hunting the 1 stars. So that way in the future, you just get nothing but like higher grade males in the future. Alright. Air bubbles, slow bleed, should die pretty soon. Let's see. Trying to find a blood trail. So I'm trying to figure which way it ran first. I think it ran this way. Yeah, it ran this way. kept on. Because I think it did a turn. Yeah, it did a turn. Yeah, it did that turn right there. Did a turn. Still it's blood right there. Then it... Did it turn again? I think it turned again. It went this way. I hear a badger. It's not a mountain lion or anything, thank God. I don't think there's mountain lions on this map. Alright, so it turned here. And it ran off this way. Yeah, because that's more blood. And I think it just ran straight ahead. Yeah, so it kind of did like a J turn. So it did a J turn. And it ran straight ahead and probably passed out somewhere and died. It went over here. There's some more of its blood. Yeah, like if you turn off the hunter senses, you can actually kind of visibly see where the blood is dropped. Yeah, like I don't even kind of need it to see it. Yeah, see where it is. There. But I just want to be safe. So yeah, there will be blood on the actual like plant, so you can kind of see the blood on the plant. I think it's pretty safe to say we know where the animal died at. Oh, yeah, there he is. So we went right between the ribs. Man, we're always good about that. I hardly ever hit the actual ribs. We went through the ribs and hit both lungs. Perfect. Yeah, we're trying to take out those 1-star bucks. So that way the 5-star plus bucks can start mating more. Have some better offsprings and stuff. And there's the other deer. Alright. Well, I kind of want to start exploring, so this is my time to shine when it comes to exploration. First things first. Let's remove that. I think I need to start saving up for licenses. Once I start saving up for licenses, I'll be able to hunt in further locations. Actually, I have been exploring, as you guys might see. I've been exploring quite a bit in this game. I think there's a couple locations where I kind of know where some whitetail are. Let's see, whitetail. This is a feeding zone. When's the next time they eat? Because it's around, what time is it in the game? It's 7 o'clock in the game. It's technically 7 o'clock my time. It's almost 8, but perfect. Animals. We're trying to find and hunt whitetails. Mainly for their hearts. Their hearts. I must have your heart. But alright, they eat at 5 or they eat at 5. So 5 or 5 o'clock they eat. So they do it around those times, but they also drink around 9 o'clock, so that's also a thing. So I gotta find a drinking spot of theirs. I don't know. They rarely drink there. I could always see if they do. They are there or not. I think there's other drinking locations. That's eating locations. Let's see. Oh, there's a drinking location right there. So maybe I'll spawn over here and fashion, and then just kind of travel to the river. Because it doesn't even need to be a male or a female, like, whitetail. I just need to, like, find whitetail. Oh, speaking of, that's a mule deer. Mule deer track. Well, I already hear pheasants. So, 2, number one. So a bunch of trophy level 2 and 1s. Mainly pheasants. And it seems like the wind's blowing in a decent degree. Wait, what the fuck is that? Oh, is it elk? I can't hunt elk yet. I can't hunt elk. Elk are a no-go right now. By the way, though, I have obtained a trophy more than 3 stars now. I actually got my first, I think it's a mule deer, but it's my first 5-star. So, I'm gonna have to show people that who are playing the game or want to play this game, so that way they can know what to at least somewhat expect for the next, first few days they play the game. It's like, alright, so this is what you're gonna be probably doing, maybe. Yeah, I won't be playing this like super religiously or anything like that, mainly because there's probably going to be a point in the game where I've done pretty much the majority of the missions or anything like that. And I don't know if this game's going to have things like daily challenges in the future, but if it doesn't have stuff like that, or if it doesn't have stuff like, I don't know. And if it doesn't have like certain things, then it's going to be, its longevity is just mainly going to be based on, can I fill my whole entire trophy or my whole entire cabin with I hear a call. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it sounds like an elk, and of course I can't pinpoint where that is coming from, but I think it's the elk behind me. Probably smells me now. But yeah, the longevity of this game, for at least me, seems like it's going to be based upon, like, if I can fill up my cabin with as many 5 stars as I can, and see if I can get some super uniques. I'm thinking by the time a couple weeks rolls out, we'll have enough information in this game to know if there's like legendaries and mythicals, something like more than 5 stars. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. So there are going to be people out there that are going to be either data mining the fuck out of this game or there's something else. So either they'll get the information from data mining, or they'll get the information from just playing the game. Most of the people are going to get the information by playing the game, because most people don't know how to data mine, including me. I have no clue how to data mine. You have to have special programs and stuff like that. Pretty sure. Alright, well, if there's deer possibly drinking in the river, they're going to be near the river. That's whitetail tracks. It went this way. I'm gonna follow the white tail tracks. Yeah, because, yeah, thick part means that's the back of the hoof, so. Thick part, back of the hoof, they're walking this way. That's the one thing that's gonna confuse people. Something's behind me. Oh, there's whitetails right... There's whitetails over there. Motherfucker. They were behind me? Oh, you know what? They were probably traveling my direction. So maybe, just maybe, that's just another group of whitetails. And, I'm about to discover some other whitetails nearby. Hopefully. I really hope so. It seems like that the whitetails for me are elusive. I can find mule deers and all that very easily, but I am having a very hard time catching the whitetail deers. Mainly because I have the worst luck ever with whitetails. In this game. And freaking Hunter called, oh, wait, these tracks are going the opposite way. Yeah, these tracks are going the opposite way. So the tracks I was following, where did they do a Yui? Those tracks do a Yui? What the fuck? Ah, this game. Mainly animals. These animals. I bet these tracks right here was the herd that I accidentally spooked. That was behind me the whole time. Thing is, if they're in that direction, I'm never going to sneak up on them because my scent. I'm smelly. How was that? I hear another sound. I swear to God, if there's another herd of whitetails behind me, I'm gonna be pissed. I was like, why can I not spot the fucking whitetails? I hear them running off in the woods and shit, but no, whitetails be running. I wonder if they are trying to get to their watering hole though. I'm still gonna go over there and see if there's any whitetails where the river is. You know, it's a nice calm day too. Like, actually, well, in game and now in real life. You know, it's been raining. We got a nice cool breeze in good old Colorado Springs. The dogs are nice and relaxed. They're not on guard. They're not running around causing chaos and burning down the village as usual. You know, I might as well have called Freya like Khan instead of Freya because she's a warmonger. I should have called her Khan. Swear that girl has the intentiveness to like want to fight. She's a fighting dog and she's not even bred to fight. Swear, she has like so much energy and just like, I'm gonna rip your head off type of dog. I do have to say though, it is kind of nice to see that people do get nervous walking by our house when they do hear those dogs, when they hear Freya or Whiskey bark though. That means, you know, it's not the greatest thing, but it means though that the dogs that we have, because we're used to how they bark and all that, so we're not jumpy or skittish when they do bark. But that means that they have an intimidating sound to them, and people are scared of that sound, which is a very good thing. So that means if someone's trying to break into our house or our home, they'll think twice about, like, finishing the job. It's like, there are some big motherfucking dogs in the house. Do we really want to go in here? So that's always nice to kind of think about. It's like, you know what? I think Freya and Whiskey would be perfect at just scaring off assholes. You know what I should do though? Not hunt pheasants. I've hunted enough pheasants yesterday to last me a lifetime. Speaking of, I need to change my one shotgun to a rifle so I can start hunting more animals around the line of what is it? Instead of like tier 1s like wild ducks, pheasants, and scops, I need to hunt, things like red foxes and badgers. And I actually killed a fox, but I didn't kill it with the right tier of weapon. So I got like pretty much just 1 stars across the board. Once I get like a tier 3 or something like that, I'll which I do have a tier 3 weapon. It's the grandpa's old rifle or whatever. That's the first gun you start with. Alright, so there may or may not be deer possibly coming over here sooner or later. Maybe I should go into this high grass just in case there are deer that might come up behind me. Hey APC, what up? Have you made any final decisions on this game yet, since it's been out for like 24 hours? Are you gonna stick with Hunter Call of the Wild, or are you gonna give this game a chance one day? The reason why I'm asking is because I'm kind of wondering how other people are feeling in the Hunter game community, since I'm kind of a part of it. No, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm enjoying my morning, drinking some coffee, getting deeper and deeper into this game, and figuring out if this game has a nice long, nice amount of longevity and all that. Decided that you're not going to play it? Call of the Wild is better. Yeah, I understand. I definitely understand. I have both, thank God. And, the THQ gave me this code, so I can't say I'm, like, angry about having it. But, I can see why a lot of people would say that Call of the Wild is better. And, there's some good, and oh shit, there's some deer right there. Did you notice that? I really hope those are whitetails. They look like whitetails. But yeah, I mean, this game just came out. It's an independent developer, so there's not going to be a lot going for it for a little bit. And there's no DLCs. There's only 2 maps. There's a lot of things that the developers need to work out, especially when it comes to performance and ease of access, ease of life type of like things. Oh, those are fucking mule deer. Damn it. Why can't they give me everything but the fucking whitetail? Well, the sound that you just heard, that was a freaking American badger. But they're not giving me whitetails. Give me the motherfucking whitetails, motherfucker. Give me your motherfucking whitetails. waiting on the new, so the new Call of Duty or the new Harry Potter game. Well, I know the Harry Potter game got pushed back, I think, till 2023. So most likely the next purchase that you're probably going to get when it comes to those two is probably going to be Call of Duty. So yeah, because that's 2023, and I have a feeling for Harry Potter might come out. I don't think it's going to come out in March because there's probably going to be a good amount of like AAA titles that it will have to compete with in February. It might come out in either March or maybe a little bit later during that year. So yeah, so the next big game that you're probably going to be playing is probably Call of Duty. When it comes to your purchases. Alright. Well, I don't see any fucking whitetails. I was so excited to see some whitetails around me, but no. And it's pretty much about that time to where they start drinking in the river. And once again, games like Call of the Wild and Way of the Hunter dupes me. See, there's supposed to be whitetails over here, and then there's a bunch of like mule deers over there. It was like, oh well, fine. Why should I ever rely on like need zones anyway? Need zones are apparently pointless. Because there's always going to be another animal anyway. Which a drinking need zone, realistically a drinking need zone, it's everyone's need zone. Bears, deer, anything like that. Anything that is breathing and living, most of the time lakes and rivers are going to be its need zones. So it makes sense that there's going to be, you know, it's a need zone for whitetail, but you might find a black bear there too. I'm playing Fortnite. Also might try some horror games. Ooh, what type of horror games are you thinking of playing? I need to play the rest of the Dark Anthology, and I also want to play, at least when it comes to horror games, I also want to play The Quarry. The Quarry sounds good, which is the same developers, you know, same developers made all of the games. I do want to play that. If I ever get the freaking chance. Do 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 do. Well, I have a feeling the game's not going to give me anything in this area. See, I think what I need to do, what's my goal? My goal is to harvest, I need to harvest a male and a female white-tailed deer without damaging the heart. So that's not hard. I just need to find whitetail, harvest a male and a female. I'm gonna try and, of course, harvest a male first and then harvest a female. Once I get that, it's just two deer. And apparently whitetails are, I don't know, maybe it's the area I'm in. It's probably the area I'm in. They're very elusive and I don't tend to like coming around here. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, that's hunting for you. That's hunting for you, baby. You know, sometimes you'll be sitting on your ass for at least a couple of hours and they just won't be a-coming. Yep, that's for sure. So I guess I gotta keep on moving. But I don't want to be moving where the wind's blowing, so I'm gonna go somewhere else and hopefully find some more whitetail somewhere else. Alright, where's another whitetail need zone? Maybe I can go I can start going to like a, I don't think I have any licenses to hunt there yet. I think I can only technically hunt in, I think I can only hunt in this area for now. Like this valley is my only hunting area. So I think that's the only areas I can hunt. Sadly. I'm gonna start going towards, where is it? I'm gonna start going towards this way. Maybe I'll come across some whitetails if I'm lucky enough, but yeah. So I can put my controller down, drink some coffee, and shoot the shit. Yeah, that's definitely. You know what? The American honey badgers in this game kind of sounds like an upset stomach. Is anyone else hearing that? Uh-oh. Has the game crashed? The game crashed. Oh my god. The game crashed. Yeah, the game crashed. Planning to get the Dark Picture Anthology and oh, yeah, Dark Picture Anthology. Oh, so just Little Hope? Because Dark Picture, you know, Little Hope is part of the anthology. I think that's the second one, Little Hope. Yeah, it's the second one. Because Man of Medan is the first one. Little Hope is the second. And I think the something double. Oh no, it's the one that's based in, I think, in Afghanistan in a tomb is the third one. And Devil Inside Me is the last one, at least for season 1, because the season 1 of the Dark Picture Anthology wraps up with one more game. So once they get that one out, because that one releases, of course, you know, sometime this year, I think, because they already released the Quarry, so. I booted up the game again because it crashed. That's actually our first crash. It didn't crash when we were checking the game out before release. So, hey, well, not THQ, but hey, devs, we're getting some crashes now. just letting you know. I know you have much work to do on the PC version of this game, but there are some nasty visual bugs, loading problems, and everything like that, and your occasional crash. So I know you have a lot of work to do, devs, but this is video kind of showing you that you got some work to do on the PS5 as well. See, I would hate to be an independent developer that has to work on multiple versions of the same game. An independent developer, note, independent developer, they're not a AAA developer, that has to work on fixing multiple, you know, the same, you know, different versions of the same fucking game. That's gotta be tiring. That's gotta be so tiring. It's like, oh yay, we fixed the problem for the PC version of this game. Now we gotta fix the same problem, if it exists, but it's gonna take something different. Oh, Songs of Horror. Yeah, that's kind of been on my list too of horror games to play. You know what? Horror month is coming up. You know, a good old October. It's getting closer and closer to us. And every year we do horror month. Thing is though, I don't have a lot of horror games to play anymore. So technically horror month for me has turned into like 13 days of horror. So the last 13 days of October for at least this month will be most likely the only time I play horror games. But yeah, it's mainly because we didn't acquire a lot of horror games this year. And, well, I do have to say the video game industry has not released a lot of, at least, playable horror games. So, you can blame the video game industry for not releasing, people that are horror fans. We're not getting a lot of horror games that to be excited for, except for maybe next year. Because I think next year, no, actually this year, sadly, fucking December, we're getting, I think, the Callisto Protocol. I think December that's releasing. I've already played Evil Within, and I've already played this Evil Within 2 as well. Like, there's probably a good amount of horror games that people can list off, and most likely we've already played on stream. It's like we played pretty much all of the ones that matter. Something in the water? I hear something. Oh, wait a minute. There's deer over there. Is it mule deer or is it whitetails? Can't tell. Everyone's farting. Got the morning coffee farts. I think those deer are on the move. I think they are. Yeah, because I don't think they're there anymore. Those deer are on the move. They're not here to stay. I don't think I spooked those deer though. So they're gonna be trotting somewhere else. So those deer aren't moving because of me. They're moving because they're probably going to their next need zone. Which, by the way, I have not turned on my... I didn't have my hunter senses on the whole freaking time. So, I don't know. That is one thing about deer, though, in the wild, is that you won't really hear deer unless they're spooked. So maybe they were spooked. I don't know. Like, they're running away, man. But usually if they're kind of just walking around and all that, they're pretty fucking quiet. Like, a deer will sneak up on your ass if you didn't know. Like, I think deer, they didn't eat nothing but, like, plants and all that. And if they were, like, omnivores and shit, you should be scared. Because, like, deer, man, they're like stealth assassins. If deer ever started eating meat, we would be fucked. It's like, oh shit, deer are starting to eat meat. Which there have been those cases of, like, fucked up deer that had, like, some type of brain disease that would eat anything. Like, they didn't technically kill, like, a living animal, but there were cases of, like, it's a very rare, but there were cases of, like, certain deer that have consumed meat, apparently. I was like, yeah, it's not gonna be a normal thing. Deer eating meat. That means the world just kind of died and concaved into itself. The deer wouldn't taste as good anymore. Like, it would be, you know, we live in a fucked up world if like elk started eating bears. It's like, okay, now our world is completely upside down and we're going to die. Alright, the elk are eating the black bears and grizzlies. Oh. Whitetails? Damn it, fucking mule deers. Okay, shot him right there. I'm gonna wait for him to pass out and bleed out. Maybe I should start shooting female mule deer so their population can go down a little bit. There's been too many fucking female mule deer. I mean, just mule deers in general, man. I'm having such a hard time finding whitetails. I'm like, alright, apparently the mule deer population needs to calm the fuck down. Oh, and apparently this is a need zone for, what was it, red foxes. They eat here often. Alright, so I shot the deer right here. We have medium. Ooh, did we not? Oh no, it's bleeding out. But there's no air bubbles, so does that mean I didn't shoot it in the lungs? Shit. I really hope it's Alright, so now we gotta find a blood trail. Alright, where's that blood trail? Most likely ran somewhere. Ah, here it is. Yep, okay. It looks like it's going that way. I think. Is it? Yeah. So it's going this way. Alright. So it went this way. So yeah, you see APC that the tracking system in this game's a lot more, you know, it doesn't show you the exact direction it goes. Like you have to actually keep an eye on it and everything. And if you turn it off, you can actually kind of tell little by little. Like, okay, there's some blood there. Oh yeah, there's some blood actually on the plant. So, you know, unlike Hunter Call of the Wild, you can actually track an animal without like the stupid freaking, like, you know, hunter's vision or something like that. Alright, so how did I shoot this guy? I missed the, ooh, I almost hit that rib. Oh, I shot the artery. Okay. I did shoot the lung. Oh, it looks like most of the blood though was from the artery. So I shot his artery, and that's when that caused most of the bleed out. So that's why the oh, I did hit bone when it came to the exit wound. So wow, it hit the rest of those bones, exit wound wise. That's a pretty good shot. As long as my hunter rating's like always 5 stars, I know I did a good job. If my hunter rating ever goes lower than like 5 stars, I know I fucked up. Hey, can we just like forget about the whitetails and just, I don't know, start hunting more, you know, mule deers? Okay. I should probably figure out what's over here. On my own again. Na 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 na. With my friends. I'm on the road again. Gotta make sure there's no sneaky deer near me. You know how they are. You know how those sneaky deer are. Oh, hey, sneaky deer. Sneaky deer. They're all kind of facing away from me. That's a mill. That's a 2-star, and that's a 1-star. It's more mule deer, but to be honest, I'm about had my fill with mule deer, man. I am purposely hunting 1 and 2 stars so I can like get the gene pool up a little bit better. Did I spook him? No. Better not have spooked him. Oh, you know what I can do? I got a fucking deer collar. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit because if I use it again, yeah, unlike Hunter Call of the Wild, you can actually overcall in this game, I think. I haven't actually tested it out, but I think the deer will pick up on you. I was like, oh, that's not a real deer. That's some fucker with some noisemaker. So yeah, I think you can overcall, and they also had this like little like timer on my, you know, this little bar right here showing you the efficiency of the collar. So the more you use it in a more timely fashion, the more of a chance you'll have to attract whatever creature you're trying to attract. Mule deer, female. Oh, it's coming my way. She's coming my way, baby. She can't resist it. I think. Yeah, I can only call a female deer apparently though. For now. I have to harvest like 8 more deer before I can officially say that I can get like the 2nd tier like that. It's like I'm puffing on a vape. Alright, let's get my binoculars out and see if any of them are actually coming my way. I think they are. They're all just kind of chilling. I don't really care about the collar I'm doing. I think this is the same herd I scared off when I shot that mill in their group. Well, that might be the reason why none of them are responding to the deer collar. They might just be chilling like a motherfucking villain. Motherfucking villain. I can't tell if that is a 1-star or not. His rack isn't that big, so. But there's another male there too. Oh wait. I'm just gonna keep doing this until one of them comes up on me. Aren't they gonna come up on me? There's Freya. Hi, girl. There's my doggo. She's a good doggo. She's the bestest doggo in the world. Are you the bestest doggo in the world? You're the bestest doggo in the world. Yes, you are. You're the terrorizer of the town. You burn down villages. Yeah, you're a good doggo. She's a good doggo. She's the terrorizer of the annihilator. Making sure none of them like sneaking up on me. Looks like that herd's moving now. I swear there's a female deer like right behind that bush. She doesn't really want to do anything. Or I could just peg that one. Ooh, heart shot. Oh, shit. Okay, it's a mule deer. As I say, I don't want to damage the heart. If it's a whitetail, and I totally, like, for some reason, right in my brain, I thought I shot a whitetail in the heart. I was like, fuck! I shot the whitetail in the heart! Son of a bitch! I was gonna freak the fuck out for a second. It's like, oh, thank God. So I shot. Ooh, perfect heart shot, though. Looks like it went into the... Oh, cool, it didn't hit the intestines. Man, that's like a perfect heart shot. It's perfect. Too bad I can't... I mean, I can taxidermy it if I really wanted to. But it wasn't that hard of a kill either. So, yeah. That should, now that I killed that female mule deer, though, the population of those mule deers should go down quite a bit. Bam. So, we got that at least. Jump into the deep. Yeah, but if anyone's wondering, it's just going to be a morning stream today. Probably another hour or two of this. Or usually the morning stream to coffee streams only last as long as the coffee does. And since I don't really have any ultimate goals except to at least hunt a few whitetails, which sadly, the only thing that seem to be around me is mule deers. I'm probably going to, it's probably not going to be a super long like coffee stream. So I think after this stream, I'm just going to kind of relax and listen to podcasts and do whatever I do off stream. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just going to waste my day away. So this Wednesday, I'm just going to chill the fuck out, catch up on podcasts, other people's streams. I know I popped myself into Mega stream last night, but I didn't really get to listen to his stream, so I didn't know if he was talking about things or anything like that, so I'll probably throw his VODs on and listen to his VODs while I'm playing other things. I was like, yeah, I had his stream on last night, but I wasn't able to actually like hear it audibly because Laura and I were like catching up on. We were watching. We started the show Sandman about a day or two ago, and we continued it last night, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking the cast. I'm liking the direction it's going. I didn't read too much of the actual comic of Sandman, the graphic novel and all that, but I know it's like one of Neil Gaiman's like his masterpieces in a way. It's what like a lot of people would consider like Sandman one of like his best of the best. That's his shit. Like, yeah, that's Neil Gaiman's like baby, is Sandman. Next to, of course, like Good Omens and other things he's written. But yeah, if you would name like two of them, and surprisingly enough, two of his like most well-known comics have been put into shows now. I don't know if there's gonna be a third season or not of Good Omens, but yeah, it's kind of funny. Neil Gaiman, he has a show that's produced through Amazon, and then he has another show, Sandman, produced through Netflix. So Neil Gaiman, if anything, getting money through Amazon and Netflix. So this guy is making even more money on top of most likely royalties from the publishers of his other comics. Because you know they're gonna re-release comics of his that he wrote in the 90s and stuff like that. So you got that stuff. And the guy that's actually playing Sandman, Morpheus, Lord Morpheus, he does a good job. I was worried how he was going to look and sound as Morpheus, but I'm pleasantly surprised that the guy that plays Morpheus is actually a really good fit. He has a voice that I didn't think would have a voice that would be coming out of his mouth. It's very deep, very soothing, not intimidating, but it's like it fits. And he doesn't look like, I was worried he's gonna look a little too Twilight. If you don't know what I mean by that, I was worried he was gonna look a little too like, oh, he looks like a character from the series Twilight, and he's gonna be all sparkly and moody and broody. Yeah, Sandman is supposed to be broody in a way, but he also has a different aura about him due to the fact he is he's an endless. He's not supposed to act like a normal human, or just a human in general. He takes the form of a human, yes, but technically, Morpheus is, from what I know, an endless. He is older than God itself. Yeah, I'm not here to hunt fucking mule deer. It seems like I can't get rid of the herd that I keep shooting at. So that's one thing. It's like, when you do start shooting at a herd, or if you're hunting a herd, they don't really go too far, apparently. Like, if they get spooked and the general direction they went, just keep going in that direction, and about like another minute or two later you'll come across them, in this game at least. Well, at least when it comes to mule deer, yeah. Other species, I'm not too 100% sure. I'm kind of glad that there's an auto walk or auto run feature in this game though. You can kind of toggle it. You can also auto sneak. So in case you want to sneak around, go all slow like and shit, you can do that too. Copyright claiming, copyright claiming. Alright. Well, we're about to figure out what's over here eventually. I haven't found any new need zones yet, so I guess I'll just keep going straight, I guess. It's like, I know I don't need to travel crouched, but I'm also still working on maxing out my crouch traveling. That is in elk tracks. So elk are definitely over here. Thing is, I can't freaking hunt elk. I need at least a tier 6 weapon. Directly tier 6. I think it is a tier 6 animal. Let me double check. Elk are tier 6, yep. So American black bear, elk, and mace are all tier 6. So I think the next weapon I need to get, if anything, is a tier 6. Because I already have weapons to hunt tier 3s, I already have a weapon to hunt tier 1s and 5s. I mean, now all I need is a tier 6 weapon, so I don't need to buy any other tier weapons. But it would be nice to... I gotta figure out what's the best tier 5 weapon, what's the best tier 1 weapon. I think it depends on the animal too, though. Because they don't... I think each weapon is preferred for different animals as well. Because, you know, with the shotguns, each shotgun has a different gauge. So you have your 20 gauge, you have your 16 gauge, and then you have your 12 gauge. And you can't change out those gauges per shotgun. And it makes sense. It's a fucking shotgun. They're gonna have a certain gauge. Unless you, like, change out the fucking barrel and all that. Yeah, with the shotguns, it was kind of weird, though. It seems like the shotguns in this game only are for smaller animals. There's no, like, you can't use the 12 gauge shotgun for deer. You know, change out from a bird shot to a buckshot. So you can use on deer or bigger animals. So apparently you can't do that. So it's very weird that they set aside the shotgun in this game for smaller animals. That's weird. And yeah, I can also see a point where a lot of people are turned off by this game, where there's only shotguns and rifles in the game, and there's not a very big number of them. There's not a lot. I have a feeling if I hunt consistently for the next day or two, I'll buy all the weapons. Yeah, so if I actually play this game at least a minimum of at least 4 or 5 hours a day for the next 3 days, and I get constant kills, like if I kept following around that mule deer herd, I will absolutely 100% have enough money to buy all the weapons and to get all the attachments. That'll probably just take a day, and I think the one thing that will probably take more time is getting all the licenses per region. So it'll probably take a good day or two to get all the licenses for this valley or the North American region, and then to get the Transylvania area, probably the same amount, because it'll probably cost about the same. So you got that. I'm gonna stop moving for a second. Alright. There's really nothing near me that I can hear or anything like that. But, yeah. It seems like, kind of like with, I don't know, with games like this, the longevity lasts as long as you have some type of goal. Isn't that correct? With Hunter Call of the Wild, once you finish all the like main missions and all that stuff, if you ever even focus on that stuff, it really just depends on your goals of any game. I think any game works like that. The longevity of whatever game you're playing depends on what you want to focus on and what's your major goal when it comes to just playing the game. If it's just fun, that just depends on how much fun the game can give you. If the game gives you just enough fun, then I think it's good to say, wow, that marker was way off. I think it's safe to say that, you know, if the game is really good and fun, then you're gonna have a long time playing this game, or any game. But yeah, I don't know. I think people are a little too hard, especially Steam. Ooh, that was weird. They need to fix that audio direction. Audio direction when it comes to being close to the water seems a little funky. Funky monkey. American Badger. So there's American Badgers over here. Oh, funky monkey. Monkey, funky. Oh, funky monkey. Yeah, funky monkey. I hear frogs, but I noticed there's no actual physical frogs in the game. It does make me wonder if they're ever gonna actually put, like, frogs. So I'll sometimes see, like, insects fly by your screen in this game. But it's also just it's like a particle effect. It's a simple particle effect they put in the game. But it would be nice to actually see frogs jumping around in the mud and going into the water. That would be really cool. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, American black bear. American black bear. I have seen one black bear. Oh, yeah, and by the way, there was a person in our last morning stream that said black, or just bears in general, aren't going to be introduced into the game until like after the release and all that. That was a big old fat lie. The day after I was told that I wasn't going to see bears in the game for a while, I legitimately ran across a black bear. I was in the Jeep and I didn't have a weapon to kill the bear properly at the time, so I just honked at it and it just kind of ran away. It was like, fucking bear. So yeah, the person that told me that that bears weren't going to be in the game is a big fat, like, they don't know what the fuck they were talking about. I hate it. I don't know what's up with people on the internet not knowing, like, saying shit, not actually knowing the actual answer. Like, you know, you're on the internet, right? Whatever you're gonna say and you think is going to be fact, you better be 100% know or sure it's a fact or not. You know, that's why you check multiple resources, you know, sources and shit. I don't understand why people have to open their big fucking mouths thinking they know something just to come, you know, a day or two later, I find out you're a big fat fucking liar. Like, this game's not even out yet, and people think they have a PhD. I mean, this game wasn't out during that time. people thinking they have a big old PhD in the game. And I was like, okay, whatever. They're like, can't even play this game yet. You don't know anything. If anything, I know more than you. I'm playing the game. That's the funny part. I was like, this is so weird. People are strange. I think people just like talk on the internet. It's like a vanity thing. It's like a vain. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's a black bear thing. It's an eating area? Oh, I don't know. That's weird. Apparently, there's a black bear that eats near the, is that a campsite? Yeah, it's a campsite. They eat near the campsite. That's dangerous as fuck, man. But yeah, to leave off of that subject, even though me talking about people, just spewing out bullshit on the internet will never change people from stop doing that. Hopefully the people that do listen to me and do, enjoy the channel aren't like that. As if you guys are like that, then I don't know. People like that never really get along. I never get along with those people. So you might not last long in this channel. If you like to be a know-it-all and all that, you're not gonna last long. Because I like to cross-reference anything people actually. Well, I won't do it obsessively. But if it's something that needs checking up on, I will usually check up on it. It's like, okay, is this important? Should I worry about what this person's saying or whatever? Half the time it's, nah, don't have to worry about it. But if it's about a game I'm playing or something, saying, oh yeah, you can do this and this, and you should probably do this. You're kind of doing this wrong. You should do this. I'll look into it to see if the rest of the community or if the developers have anything different to say about it. Especially if the developers have something to say about like whatever the topic that person was saying, and they totally say the opposite. I was like, yeah, I'm never listening to that person again because they're trying to sabotage like how I play the game. And then that's another thing too. Play the game the way you want to play it. A very big example on how to play any game is, kind of like the Souls games. A very big example is the Souls games. You'll enjoy playing Souls games if you play it your way. And the earliest example is the latest example is of course Elden Ring. Elden Ring gives you so much flexibility on how you want to play that game that if you want to use Rivers of Blood or you want to be a pure magic build or anything like that, then you're gonna have a much more fun time. Yeah, a lot of people in the community and other things like that saying, no, you're not supposed to play the game like that. You're making the game too easy and you're making it too easy on yourselves. I say fuck those people because they don't know why you play games in the first place. You play games to enjoy those games. If you're not enjoying playing the said games, then don't fucking play them. That is like, as a lot of people kind of forget why they play video games, especially on the internet. People that get sucked up in the internet tend to forget why they play video games in the first place. It's like, look, are you playing the game? Are you having fun? If you're having fun, keep playing the game. If you're not having fun, stop playing the game. Why are you playing the game if you're not having fun? And a lot of people just tend to forget about that. It's like, dude, if you're making oh, hey, ooh, that needs to be worked on. Which that probably will never be fixed. Someone lazily put those rocks there. I wonder if that was auto-generated rocks, like it was painted on. I think it was like a kind of like a object painter. Depends on the engine they worked on. I forgot what engine they used for making this game. Some type of like texture brush. They painted on rocks on the surface of the game. Oh yeah, I should try and see if there's any creatures out here. Too bad I can't zoom out. You know what? This looks like a perfect area for mountain goats. But I'm not gonna find any, and I probably don't have the tier for the mountain goat. I think a mountain goat might be... I don't know. Actually, there might not... I'm trying to remember if there are mountain goats in this map. If there are, I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't think I've found any tracks or anything like that. I swore I've seen mountain goats, though. I think they're probably gonna be up there somewhere. Mountain goats. Stupid ass mountain goat. I'm gonna be up there somewhere. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's another deer stand over here. What type of tracks are these? We got whitetail tracks. And it looks like they're going this way. The thing is, though, I haven't actually came across any whitetails. So they're definitely not going to be back that way. If there's whitetail tracks, that means there's a need zone nearby too. I'll find that need zone. I could just follow the tracks and find it, but why would I do that? Why would I waste my time? Hopefully the area I've been hunting the mule deer will greatly diminish their numbers. At least when it comes to them being there, and hopefully like whitetail and all that will move into the area. I wonder if they simulate that. Like if mule deer, like an abandoned area, maybe whitetail and all that will move in that zone a little bit more often. It does make me wonder if that would be the case. Like, I'm putting a lot of pressure on mule deer right now, and I'm kind of wondering if I'm not putting hunting pressure on other species. 'Cause that would be kind of cool. It's like, hey, I can put a lot of pressure on the mule deer population, but it doesn't mean I'm putting a lot of pressure on like whitetail. If I can do that and manipulate where the actual like species are gonna go, that'd be actually really cool. Look, it's the mountains, and they even have snow caps and everything. Little avalanche zones. Avalanchers. Hey, there's another hunting stand. There's a bug flying around my head the whole fucking time. Like, not in real life. In the game. It's kind of been annoying me. And of course in the game you can't do anything about it because there's no like swipe away bug feature. So this is gonna constantly fly around your head. being a little bitch. One day I'll come across whitetail. This might be a need zone for whitetail. I'm gonna double check. Oh, what was that sound? There's an animal nearby. Oh, a turkey? Oh, that might be a frog. Oh, my God, they're frogs. Like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like anything oh, it's black bear drinking area. Well, I know black bears are going to be drinking here, but there could be other areas. Black bear. I'm going to see if any other animals drink here. Can't just be black bears, can it? I mean, I guess if I wanted to hunt black bear, I guess I can hunt black bear. Elk drink here too. Cool. So you gotta keep, like, kind of observing these areas. Gray wolves too. Oh, they drink here often too. Let's see if there's any other species out here that possibly drink here. Mountain goat. Hey, there we go. There are mountain goats in this map. So you can't tell what species are actually in the map until you discover tracks, spot them, harvest them, or find need zones. So that's the thing you're constantly having to figure out. I think I actually found all the species in the game, at least in this map. I haven't actually explored. Oh, there's a whitetail. Ooh, they drink here often too. Too bad I can't pass the time while I'm in like a what do you call it? While I'm in like in a hunting stand. I wonder if they're gonna try and maybe introduce that to where you can have like a cot or something like that. Put it in a hunting stand and just kind of chill. I mean, whitetail drink here often. They drink at 5 o'clock every time. If I were to actually hunt where they drink right here, since they drink here often, I would have to most likely probably spawn here because that's the closest spawning area. And oh God, most likely I would have to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the game, travel, hopefully not spook any whitetail that are here, traveling to that need zone, and then, you know, then wait until wait in the hunting stand, hope to God they Now, there's a high chance of them actually visiting that need zone, but, you never know. But they're, of course, long gone. I think, if anything, I'm probably just gonna chill in this hunting stand for the rest of the stream. Because my coffee's almost done anyway. So it might be smart for me to just kind of chill in this hunting stand. I'll probably buy like 1 or 2 things. So I think I hunted enough deer during the stream to buy something. And I do like this game has climbing animations compared to Hunter Call of the Wild, where you just kind of teleport. They can, like, a Hunter Call of the Wild guys can apparently create animations. It's too much work. Apparently. But apparently other guys, they could totally do it. Alright, I'm gonna use my collar. I know there's no animals near me, but it never hurts. Who knows, maybe I'll actually attract a deer or something like that. I'll attract a deer that, didn't know existed. Kind of like all you single guys or ladies out there. You put yourself out there, you never know what was actually out there to begin with. Not saying hoe yourself. Don't hoe yourself. Don't you dare hoe yourself. You're stronger than that. Don't you dare. Don't hoe yourself. Not saying that. I'm not saying you should hoe. I'm saying, like, put yourself in that market that people know that you are available, girl. And that your price is extremely steep. Yeah, knowing that there's nothing really calling out vocally. I'm not really hearing anything. I'll do one more call and I'll stop calling. But yeah, most likely there's no deer. I think if anything, like after I get like a tier 6 weapon, I'll probably get the rest of those collars. Try and get, because you can carry up to 3 collars, which is nice. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to tell people that unlike Call of the Wild 2, you don't have to pay for ammunition. In this game, you don't have to pay for ammunition, so you don't have to worry about, like, ammunition in Call of the Wild wasn't expensive to begin with, but it was kind of annoying that if you were low on money and you needed to hunt, especially a specific animal, you just didn't have money to buy, like, I don't know, a 50 or something like that. Shit out of luck. In this game, you don't have to worry about it as long as you have the weapon. You're good to go. You're good to go hunt. And by the way, I don't have my aiming and all that to toggle anymore. I now have it to hold down. So when I'm hunting for a weapon, I know during the peak play and also the first coffee stream with this game, I had it toggled, so now I have it properly. Now I can kind of do my shit. I don't have to toggle it anymore. It is defaulted as toggle, which is I thought it was something I couldn't change for a second, but you can change it. So when you first start playing this game, it's probably gonna throw you off that right when you like hold it down and then you let go to like look at it, it's not going to change. And it's probably going to throw a lot of people off. It's like, yeah, go to settings, change off, switch it from toggle to hold. You fixed it. Is that a 1.8? Yeah, it's 1.8 pound scope. If I remember correctly, that's kind of heavy. Kind of a heavy scope. And to put an extra almost 2 pounds on that fucking weapon. If you're carrying that around, it actually makes a huge difference. You don't want a super heavy scope trucking around for miles and miles. Trying to figure out, I knew there's mountain goats up here. This is mountain goat territory. Yeah, mountain goats are gonna be like all over this. This is totally their land. I wonder if I can actually spot some mountain goats. This would be cool if I can spot a mountain goat and then just knock them off a cliff. I mean, if there's a mountain goat, if there's anywhere a mountain goat, they would be on this like cliff. They'll be like right here. I wonder if they will have the mountain goats like hanging off of like cliffs like this. That would be cool. That's all I'm saying. It'd be really cool if they did that. Sadly though, even though this is like a water pool, a watering hole, not a lot of animals nearby, or any. Oh wait, I spot something. That looks like elk. I can't hunt elk, but that looks like elk. Looks like they're probably coming to drink. Which you know what? If there is anything that's about the drink here, they would smell me. If they're like in this general vicinity right here, they would totally smell me. Because I think in this game, depending on, like they can see you, they can also smell you in the hunting stands. I think in this game. So if you're moving around constantly, making a bunch of noise, and you're also in the like you're downwind or something like that, they're gonna totally notice like, oh there's that loud ass motherfucker in that high up place. They're in that high up place. Yeah, I think some elk are coming this way, and I can't shoot them because I don't have a tier 6 weapon. So sad days for me, huh? Sad days for me. Ooh, hearing that elk sound though, it's really cool. See, elk in this game sounds a little bit more like elk compared to... It sounds more like an elk in this game compared to Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild, they do kind of have like an elk sound, but it's almost more sounds like a caller than anything. Like someone's using a caller instead of recording what an actual elk sounds like. Like that sounds more organic of an elk. Like a legitimate elk is like out there. I was like, yep, that's a motherfucking elk. If I could live off of anything in the whole entire world when it comes to meat, if there's any meat I would live off for the rest of my life, it would probably be elk meat. It's so lean, it's so tasty, so good. But at the same time, due to the fact that elk meat is very lean, you need fat. So a lot of people tend to cook elk meat with like pork tallow or something like that, so they can they'll use that tallow to add fat, because if you just eat elk meat, you don't get that healthy fats that pork and beef and all that provide, because it's a fattier meat and you kind of need that fat. So if you're just eating nothing but lean meat, you're going to be deficient in certain things. I think in like vitamin, what was it, E or D or something like that? Some omegas and all that too. Like if you're not eating things like fish, you're missing out on omega-3s and some, really healthy glycerols and fats. Yeah. You need fat in your life. You can't survive in, just the world without consuming a little bit of fat. You gotta have fat. There are plants out there too that provide certain fats and all that, but I don't think it's the same genetic structure that you need. Like legitimately, us as humans are omnivores. We have evolved to be we're able to eat meat and vegetables, herbs and all that stuff too. But for us to be the healthiest, and I know there's a lot of people that don't eat meat because of morality reasons, spiritual reasons, and all that, and good on them. But we genetically and evolutionary wise, we are the healthiest when, as a species and as an animal, if we are eating meat and vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. We got to eat all of it. And if we're not eating all of it, our nutrition's out of whack, and we're gonna suffer for it. We got to eat it all. You got to eat everything, man. You can't just be eating meat. You can't just be eating vegetables. You can't just be eating grains and fruits. You got to eat it all, and in a decent proportions. That's just the way we evolved. Oh, hey. He's right over there. Aw. I love the sounds of elk too, man. It looks like that, sounds like that elk is in heat. So it might be mating season for elk. So in the game, I wonder if there's seasons. That'd be really cool if there's seasons in this game. I don't think they said anything about that though. Because let me see. And it just says time, and now of course I get a weather forecast. That's pretty much it. I don't think seasons pass in this game. It would be really cool if there's an actual like hunting game in the future that actually has hunting seasons. So that way you're kind of forced to like hunt certain animals in certain seasons as they pass. Kind of like Animal Crossing, but for hunters. And you're not making friends with the animals. You gotta hunt the animals. We need an Animal Crossing style hunter game. I know it sounds fucked up, but if you come across the whole hunting seasons and all, it's like, oh yeah, it's elk season this month, or elk and deer season, or it's it's bear season for the next 2 months, or but there's always going to be that one animal or two that you can hunt year round, because there are animals that you can hunt year round when it comes to things like if you go to North America, if you don't live in North America and you go to the South, it's a year-round turmoil. And I think even ooh, look at all those elk, man. It's 1-star elk. 1-star elk. So I think this group of elk are going to be mainly 1-stars until I start hunting the 1-stars. And once I start culling those 1-star elks, eventually like 2, 3-star, 4-star elks will start popping up, because most likely those females in that group are mating with higher genetic elk. So I think, yeah, in this game, someone's map is dictated on if they've been hunting females, if they've been hunting males, and if they have been hunting males, have they been hunting the 1-stars, or have they been hunting higher stars? They've been hunting higher stars, there's probably a lot more 1-star like stuff and all that stuff. The dogs are starting to pick up on energy, and it's probably about my time to end the stream sometime soon. I usually try not to stream when no one's around anymore because I can't stream and babysit the dogs at the same time. It's really annoying to do that. That must be a need zone. That must be their eating zone. So, if anything, let's see. Can I put a? I'm trying to. There we go. I'm trying to put a thing down there. I'm gonna scare them off. Yeah, I think that's a warning call. That's another thing they don't really show you in this game. Is that, yep, it tells you that they're spooked now. I spooked them just about past the 150-yard mark. That's when I'm walking really fast. Like, they can hear. I think compared to, like, Call of the Wild as well. Call of the Wild is a little bit easier to kind of sneak up on animals. But in, like, in this game, like, you really gotta be very slow, very methodical. Like, I think it's harder. And due to the fact this game does actually have a, like, actual difficulty levels, they go from, like, I don't know, from, like, rookie all the way to, like, ranger. like, I'm playing on adventurer right now. And I can, like, pretty much guarantee... Oh, this isn't a need zone. This game's lying to me. Why were they... I wonder if they were just in between need zones and they were just kind of chilling. If that was the case, this would be a chill area. This is their kind of like their resting slash, you know, they're not sleeping, but they're resting here. Man, I thought this was a chill zone. It would have been cool if they marked it as that, but yeah, this isn't a need zone. Sad days. Oh well. But yeah, there's a bunch of animals that do visit this little valley. I could, oh yeah, there is a spawn point right here. So what I could do is I could spawn here and then kind of walk up all the way over here, just in case, depending on where the wind's blowing. So if the wind's blowing like to the west, I could spawn here. And depending on when the wind's blowing during that time, you know, it's blowing east, I'll spawn here. But I guess it just depends on which way the wind blows. But let's end the stream with me buying some more shit. I know it was a very short stream. It's not even, God, it's like one of the shorter, like, coffee streams. But not a lot for me to do this good old Wednesday. Oh yeah, by the way, here's my deer. I don't think that might be my 5-star. Yep, that's my 5-star mule deer. I wonder if I can, let's see. I don't know if I could actually get the information. No, that's not how you get information on the mule deer. Well, you know it's a 5-star. Back to trophy. Select slot. So I can clear it out. Oh, I think if I want to show you guys detail on this trophy, it would be under character, taxidermy assistant, and it would be this 5-star mule deer. And I could go to what, bullet cam? Yeah. So that's how he killed it, right between the ribs, shot both lungs. So that was like one of the perfect shots, next to, of course, hitting either an artery or the heart. And then you have some more of that. I could have sold it for like 643 buckaroos, but I said no. Oh, I kind of notice when the deer's moving its head, the antlers are also moving at a different pace. It's a little, it looks a little weird. Yeah, there's the distance. I shot it at 143 yards away. Trophy, and there, here you go. So length of main beam. So this is how they score it: length of main beam, length of bifurcated tines, length of typical points, and spread of the main beam, spread of bifurcated tines. So spread and length, and then the circumference, and then all that together. I think they add all that together, and then you get your score. So my highest trophy, at least when it comes to mule deer, is 482. So 482, that's my highest mule deer. It's my first 5-star mule deer. That's the score. So I think when it comes to male mule deer, other than like some of the best mule deer in the game. Also, I'm dropping frames like mad. I'm gonna have to figure that out sometime soon.